Hello, good morning, children. So, all of you enjoyed your Satam, Atam, Raksha Bandhan, yeah? Hmm? Now again we'll start our lessons and schools are going to start very soon. So, બધા પોતપોતાના PDF, whatever we have sent, copy down. Keep your notebooks and workbooks ready, okay? And today I'm going to teach you, yeah, the ashes that made trees bloom. Ashes એટલે રાખ. Okay? Video 1. Now see, this is a story about an honest and hard-working old couple. Couple means husband-wife and their pet dog. The neighbors are troublesome. Neighbors are not good. And the dog dies a sad death. Hmm? The spirit of the dog gives solace and support to his master in unexpected ways. Come, now we'll start, okay? In the good old days of the daimyos means very wealthy, very rich people who have got lot of land. There lived an old couple whose only pet was a little dog. Having no children, they loved it as though it were a baby. Now this couple had no children, so they loved the dog as if it was their baby. The old dame made it a cushion of blue crab, and at mealtime Muko, for that was its name, would sit on it and snug as any cat. It will be very comfortable, okay? Yeah. The kind people fed the pet with tidbits of fish from their own chopsticks. They used to give him food from their own chopsticks, okay? And all the boiled rice it wanted, as much as rice it wanted, chokha, it used to eat, okay? They treated the dumb creature, loved its protectors like a being with a soul. They treated him very nicely. The old man, being a rich farmer, went daily with hoe or spade into the fields, working hard from morning until Otentosama, that means as the sun is cold, and had gone down till the sun sets behind the hills. Every day the dog followed him to work. Every day the dog used to go with his master. Turn your pages, children. Page 56. Here. Never once harming the white heroine that walked in the footsteps of the old man to pick up the worms. Now when the old man was walking inside the ground, when we dig, આપણે ખોદીએ તો worms નીકળે ને. They are good, they are useful for farmers. But this dog was so good, it never hurt anybody. To the heroines, okay? Heroines are birds, they are birds, yeah. For the old fellow was patient and kind to everything that had life, and often turned up a sword on purpose to give food to the birds. Purposely he will dig, એમાંથી નીકળે worms, so that bird can eat. One day the dog came running to him, putting his paws against his legs. The dog came to him and he kept his legs on his paws, on the old man's legs, sorry, and motioning with his head to some spot behind. And he was showing that, come backside. The old man at first thought his pet was only playing. He thought the pet is playing with me and did not mind it. But the dog kept on whining and running to and fro. The dog is running from here and there for some minutes. Then the old man followed the dog a few yards to a place where the animal began a lively scratching. There the animal went and it started scratching, khodeche, thinking it was possibly a buried bone or bit of fish. The old man stuck his hoe in the earth. Old man is thinking there must be some bone inside it or some food. So he dug there. With his hoe he struck. When, lo, a pile of gold gleamed before him. So much gold was there, sonu. Thus in an hour the old couple were made rich. They became very rich. The good souls bought a piece of land, made a feast for their friends, and gave plentifully to their poor neighbors. They gave lots of things to their neighbors, bought some land. And as for the dog, they petted him till they nearly smothered him with kindness. They loved him so much. Okay. Now in the same village, there lived a wicked old man and his wife. Wicked, like cruel, not good, hmm? Not a bit sensitive and kind, who had always kicked and scolded all dogs. They used to kick the dogs. Bad. Whenever anyone passed their house, hearing of their neighbors' good luck, they came to know that our neighbors have got lot of money. They coaxed the dog into their garden. They took the dog into their garden and set before him bits of fish and other dainties. They gave him lot of good tasty food, hoping he would find treasure for them. They thought that the dog will find for them also treasure, gold. Hmm? But the dog, being afraid of the cruel pair, would neither eat nor move. The dog did not eat also, and he did not move also. Okay, animals ne khabar pade. How we are. Then they dragged him out of doors, taking a spade and hoe with them. No sooner had the dog got near a pine tree growing in the garden, then he began to paw and scratch the ground, as if a mighty treasure lay beneath. The dog started scratching. Quick, wife, hand me the spade and hoe, cried the greedy old fool, as he danced with joy. That old man is dancing now. Then the covetous old fellow, the greedy, with the spade and the old crone with the hoe, began to dig. But there was nothing. There was nothing but a dead kitten. Nanu kitten hatu. The smell of which made them drop their tools and shut their noses. Furious at the dog. Now they are angry at the dog. Okay? The old man kicked and beat him to death. The old man beat the dog. He kicked him and killed him. And the old woman finished the work by nearly chopping off his head with the sharp hoe. Then they flung him into the hole and heaped the earth over his carcass. And he dead body upar they put the earth, mati. The owner of the dog heard of the death of his pet and mourning for him and crying for him as if he had been his own child, went at night under the pine tree. Okay, this is part 1, video 1. Now video 2 I will be explaining you in the next lesson, okay, in the next period. Okay, bye children.